Welcome back, everyone, to another Regular Joe Baseball Clash video. And for today's video, I want to talk about a really great strategy if you were a newer player or even an experienced player. In my case, I'm working with a newer account. But I want to talk about the best low contact lineup. Now, that might sound counterintuitive to you if you haven't tried it, because why would you want a lineup where your contact is super low like this? You'd think if you're playing with low contact hitters, then you're not going to get on base as much. However, if you've mastered manual batting in Baseball Clash, then you shouldn't have a problem hitting the ball, whether it's a low contact player, a high contact player. You are going to get on base more often with a high contact player, but I don't think the difference is significant. That's why I think playing with a low contact lineup is a really great strategy to win games. One of the biggest benefits with a low contact lineup is that a lot of players or cards with low contact have really high power. So Ibrahimovic is a great example. His contact is okay at 118, power is at 148, and compared to Gibson, his power is the same. Now, of course, you could say, well, why would you play Ibrahimovic over Gibson? Gibson has way better contact, so you're going to hit better with him, and that may be true. However, the big difference is long term. First of all, Ibrahimovic is a rare card, which is the blue color, and Gibson is a legendary. And with common cards and with rare cards, it's going to be much easier to upgrade long term. And you could see that, like with Ibrahimovic, I haven't gotten him past level 9, but I'm going to be close to level 10 in a little bit. With Gibson, it's only going to take me one card to upgrade him, but it takes forever to upgrade legendaries. So again, focusing on commons and rares, there are a few commons and rares you can focus on long term to upgrade. And I think for this lineup, you could see I'm using all commons and rares except for my pitcher and catcher. But taking those aside, everybody you either get early, like Alexandra or Russell, or you get a little later on. Jack is the first rare card, and he's kind of in that boat as well. So anyways, if you look at my lineup here, let's just look at contact. You can see contact's pretty low, but with power, the power for the first 4 hitters is amazing. And to me, if you're pitching against another player, would you rather throw a strike in the strike zone against a player with really low power or really high power? Personally, I'm gonna back off on the high power players. So that's why I think it's a really great strategy to play with cards with high power. And in this case, the game gives you really good players to use who have high power. So Jack is the first rare card you get, and he's going to be the easiest to upgrade, certainly earlier on, and he's your best leadoff hitter. Then Andy is another really early card you get. His speed is amazing, so you have a really easy time hitting doubles with him. And you could see, just based on my stats, I'm hitting over 500 with him. Alexander, to me, another really good option. My average is actually higher with her. Only difference is you have to hit her, I would say, 5th or 6th to make sure that the power bonus for her is more likely, but really good left-handed hitter. And then, of course, you have Ibrahimovic with 148 power, really good to hit 4th. Now, if you look at the infield here, you could see Jack has a decent arm, good fielding. Ibrahimovic, not a good arm, but great fielding. Alexandra, good speed, okay throwing, not great fielding. And then Andy is pretty bad on both, so you play him at first. But the speed is definitely a bonus on defense. So for the outfield, Christine, good power hitter, not a great power hitter. Decent speed, decent throwing, decent fielding. Russell, to me, is really good in center field. Again, another OG card or player, hitting almost 570 with him still, so still doing pretty well. Great speed, not great throwing, okay fielding. And Phoenix, is has okay contact, but has a really good arm, which is why I like playing her in third, in right field. I mean, but technically not, obviously not a high power player or high power card. So I think again, if you're a newer player, even a more experienced player, I would recommend going with this low contact, high power lineup. I'm curious to hear from you guys to see what you think about this approach and if you think you'd make any substitutions. There are other options like a catcher. I have Matthew, but obviously there's Carlos is a legendary card. His contact is, let's see, his contact is the same. Power's higher. Throwing obviously is amazing. I like using Matthew because of the speed bonus at catcher. Um, But I think this is the best lineup you can build minus catcher in terms of just using commons and rares to build your lineup. And the reason is, again, high power, decent speed, except it dips at fourth with Ibrahimovic, low contact, but again, you hit manual, it doesn't matter as much. So let me know what you guys think of this lineup and the approach. Feel free to agree, disagree, and I will see you next time.